Sure. When I was growing up, I was very interested in leadership from a younger age. When I was in high school, I competed in speech and debate competitions and had a chance to go to a lot of great places and experience some wonderful things and work with a lot of very talented people. Subsequent to that, in college, I worked with as a coach, a speech and debate coach, and went on to run my own program and had a national champion in one of the top programs in the Pacific Northwest and the Oregon, Washington area, and had a chance to host the nationals, do a lot of incredible things. So I did that while I was getting into my career path. So I was in operations in my career path in the entertainment industry, but I was also part-time in the coaching business. And I also did some athletic coaching as well. I really enjoyed that because I really felt like I got more out of the pupils' success than my own when I was coming up as a competitor. And I really, took a lot from that and was proud of the success. So subsequently in corporate world, I went and worked in operations for a number of years as a director and a regional director and positions like that. And then eventually I became an executive with Cineworld Regal Entertainment Group is what it's called now, which was the largest theater company in the world. Most of the time I worked with them and I had a lot of, met a lot of stars and did a lot of cool things with that as well, which I enjoyed. But on the learning and development side, I was the vice president and ran that function internationally for us. So as a result, I did that for 16 years. I really enjoyed the coaching aspects of that. And I worked with some very talented people, with John Maxwell, the prolific leadership author, probably the most prolific in the States, and got to know John personally and invited to private events he was having, as well as Duke Fuqua, and get an experience there from a leadership perspective. At the time, it was ranked as the number one leadership school in the world. It came after that, it's had a lot of success and blossomed a lot of people who came out of there to be successful. So I worked in operations for a number of years prior to that. So it was a good mix of operations, learning, and development. And then subsequently, I've decided the last few years I wanted to do that full time because that's what I enjoyed. I equate, the whole coaching aspect a lot like parenting. And I'm a parent, and those who have kids know that it's so important that they get the support they need to succeed. And so it's very similar aspects to great leadership coaching is very applicable to our personal lives as well. And moreover, the last thing I would end with, and I know I'm giving a really extensive answer to a very short question, but because I do think that at this point in time right now, that we are in divided times, particularly in the States. And I think leadership is more important than ever, and I don't think it's rewarded as much as it should be. So I really thought over the last few years, somebody needs to talk about this. There's a million leadership books, but I tried to look at it from a more holistic perspective. What are all the things you need to do to be a successful leader in a time in which I think it's needed? And moreover, I really tried to substantiate it with the most current research as well as empirical examples to help illustrate to people why leadership is so important. And so that's really my perspective on it. It's something I'm passionate about. And the book eventually became a necessity for me as I really wanted to express these passionate opinions that I had about the state of leadership today. So hopefully that answers your question sufficiently.